back working in the boatyard, and this week I get to do something that I never thought I was going to get to finish. In 2018 I lifted the J-Class Shamrock 5. I get to close the circle on a job I started on, something that I fell in love with back then and I still love now. 100-year-old, nearly 100-year-old, 36.4 metres of racing heritage. This week I get to put it back in the water.
We are Steve, Annette and Gus, sailing as far as we can for as long as we can. We left the UK 5 years ago, but for a while we're back in the UK helping out with family, but continuing the adventures in the UK.
She'd been structurally damaged while racing out in the Caribbean in the St. Bart's bucket in 2017. Plans arrived, plans were studied, divers were instructed. I got stressed. It was the biggest lift that I'd ever done at that point. It took 2 days. It required 12 belts. Those 12 belts gave me a lifting capacity of 200 tonnes. The boat weighed 178 tonnes, and it's a very strange underwater shape, so not all the belts are the same length, and all the belts have to be tied together or gut lined so that they don't try and slip forward. She was damaged in 2017 while racing in the Caribbean in the St. Bart's bucket. She was overstressed and needed some TLC. She's a beautiful yacht and an important piece of our heritage. She was the first British contender for the America's Cup to carry a Bermudan rig. She was built in wood with steel frames and is the only original J-Class never to have fallen into dereliction. She deserves to be out on the water.
In the 5 years we've been away, Shamrock 5 has sat in the yard collecting dust and grime. After a change of ownership in 2022, work commenced on the massive reconstruction and restoration of her. Repairs to the steel framework were made, but almost all of the teak planking was restored and refitted, all bar one piece. All 6,500 decayed bronze fastenings have been replaced. The internal joinery fitted in 2000 was refurbished, however a new style saloon has been built.
Thank you very much, David. Great
Don't
picture.
kiss me, that's all.
I think it's on. Sorry, not myself.
Is that it, mate? Happy?
As far as it goes tonight,
That's done.
the show starts again tomorrow.
Happy days.
Hey!
Right.
It's 6 a.m. on the 19th of May 2024. Today is launch day. 6.5 years after being hauled out and a multi-million-pound refit, Shamrock 5 is almost ready to race. It's a beautiful day with very little wind, so splashing her in near perfect conditions.
Shamrock's mast arrived in 2018 strapped to the deck of the boat. It leaves today in a different manner on a barge that's 75 metres long. The mast itself is over 50 metres and is keel stepped, which means it goes through a hole in the deck and actually sits on the keel. We had to get a crane in to actually lift it off the ground and onto the barge, and it took all day. The mast is going on the barge because of the air draft of the Itchen Bridge is only 23 metres, so there's no way the mast could be put into the boat where we are. It's got to be done the other side of the bridge, so off to Portsmouth it goes. Well, that's it. Shamrock 5 is launched, back in the water, almost on her way, back racing. In 2018, lifted the boat out, thinking we're going off on our boat, not going to see her again, or only going to see her in pictures. We happen to be back in the UK at the right time for me to get involved again, launching her back into the water so she can begin racing again. I loved it. It's an absolute privilege. Can't say any more. Privilege.